Lakers playing host to the Sacramento Kings, and we start you off in the first quarter with LeBron getting the block, and watch on the other end as Troy Brown delivers a wonderful pass to LeBron, who gets the jam. Here's another look at that pass and finish from LeBron. Lakers up 19-16. Russell Westbrook now pushing in transition, finishes with the wonderful scoop. He had 10 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists in the first half off the bench. LeBron knocking down a jumper. He had 18 points in the first half. Lakers by 11. The Kings finished the half on a 21-9 run. De'Aaron Fox gets the short leaner to go. Then it's Keegan Murray knocking down a three-pointer as he receives the pass from Harrison Barnes. It's Harrison Barnes going to work on a three-pointer, and boy, that's way outside, but he's got the range. Then Kevin Huerter, speaking of range and three-point ability, he can shoot it and catch, and goodbye, that one's in. And the Kings up by 10. In the fourth quarter, it's LeBron with a nice outlet pass to Juan Toscano Anderson. Then LeBron bounce passing to Russell Westbrook. He knocks down a three, and the Kings lead down to 3. Westbrook now in the paint, going for the lay-in eventually. There he is, gets the lay-in, and we're tied at 103. So responding for the Kings with less than 4 minutes to go, Kevin Huerter knocks down a three-pointer. It's 106-103. LeBron back at the other end, down 3. Bucket and 1 ties the game at 108 with just over a minute to go. Harrison Barnes now spinning past 2 defenders with the finish there plus the foul. Lakers down 4. Kendrick Nunn hits a contested 3. Fox gets it ahead, though, to Richaun Holmes. De'Aaron Fox heads up play, gets it ahead to Holmes. He's fouled by Max Christie, and it's called a clear path foul. And that would allow the Sacramento Kings to ice the game from the free throw line. They would go on to win this. Driving in what can best be described as a tank. Luka, strong armor, showing up at the game and smiling about it. There's Trae Young. These two will forever be tied. And in the first, it's Trae Young hitting the floater here. Then John Collins finds DeJounte Murray for the three-pointer in Atlanta. In Dallas, up 21-15. Luka Doncic pulls up and drains the deep 3. Atlanta's lead down to 3, 25-22. Then it's Young driving to the basket, missing the layup, but when he rolls his ankle on the play, you see him down and grabbing that ankle. There is another look as he just sort of rolls it on a cameraman right on the baseline. He'd go to the locker room, but he would return. Later in the second, Spencer Dinwiddie with the hesitation move, then throws down the dunk on Onyeka Okongwu, and Onyeka Okongwu wasn't ready for that thing. Trae Young back in the game, turns it over. Luka Doncic runs the break, throws it up to Dorian Finney-Smith, and Dorian Finney-Smith gets the layup. Atlanta's lead down to 1. Trae Young now driving and kicking it out to John Collins for 3. At the half, Atlanta led it by 3. 65, hitting the fadeaway baseline jumper. Then Luka going to work more. Pump fakes, then hitting the step back corner 3. And Dallas now in front, 75-73. Doncic kicking it out to Christian Wood. He rises up and drains the corner 3. Dallas now by 10, but Atlanta hanging around. Trae Young up to John Collins for the jam. In the third quarter, winding down, and Young pushing the ball, throws the lob to Clint Capella this time for the dunk. Now, fourth quarter, DeJounte Murray spins and hits the jumper, and Atlanta retakes the lead, 112-110. Bogdan Bogdanovic, baseline jumper, money. Atlanta now up by 8. Reggie Bullock drives and hits the layup, and Atlanta's lead down to 3. And it's DeJounte Murray pulling up and hitting a three-pointer here. And Trae Young drives and hits the floater, and Atlanta goes into Dallas and gets an 8-point win. There's Luka and Trae head-to-head as Ja Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies take on Darius Garland and the Cleveland Cavaliers. We're in the first quarter. Garland driving in for the layup, and Cleveland goes up by 9, but answering back for Memphis, here goes Morant with the beautiful little floater. Then Tyus Jones over to Jaren Jackson for the three, and now Memphis is in front by 3. Desmond Bane knocking down a deep pull-up three-pointer, and Memphis' lead up to 12 now. Ja Morant, the beneficiary of some good hustle from Memphis on defense as Morant goes in and stuffs that thing home. Then Morant with a terrific behind-the-back pass over to Santi Aldama for the corner three-pointer. That goes down. Watch it one more time at the half. Memphis up by Darius Garland to Karis LeVert underneath for the dunk. Then when Ricky Rubio misses a three, Jared Allen has his back there for the rebound, put-back layup, plus the foul. He missed the free throw. Garland now tips the loose ball over to Karis LeVert, and boy, he throws that one down. 23 points on the game for LeVert. Now Cleveland up by 3. Ja Morant to Desmond Bane in the corner for 3. He had 25. Memphis up 104-102. Back and forth we go. Garland knocking down a three-pointer. He had 24 points, 14 assists. Memphis' lead is trimmed to 1. Now Ja Morant drives in for the layup plus the foul. He had 24 points and 8 assists. Memphis up by 2. Garland drives and feeds to Evan Mobley for the hook shot. He had a double-double, 18 points, 15 rebounds. Cleveland back in front, 112-111. Ja Morant drives in and misses the layup with less than 20 seconds to go. But there's big Steven Adams with the putback tip in. Memphis by 1. Now Cleveland, one last chance. Garland looking at a three-point attempt to win it, but Dylan Brooks heroically swats that shot as defense wins the game for the Minnesota Timberwolves. And in the first quarter, Jokic leading the charge for Denver. Baseball pass here ahead to Bruce Brown, who throws it down. Then Jokic cuts to the basket. Look at the body control here. Looks out of sorts, but he tosses it up and in. Got the foul, made the free throw. Denver by 10. Anthony Edwards always sort of looks smooth going to the basket. He gets the lefty in for the lead. Minnesota up by 1. Jokic posting up and again taking some contact, making the fadeaway, gets the free throw. He had 19.6 assists, 5 rebounds in the first half. Just before the halftime buzzer, there's Edwards with the response with the layup. Minnesota by 5 at the break. Tavius Caldwell-Pope ahead for the stuff, and Jokic passes Alex English on the Nuggets all-time assist list. That's the most in franchise history. Anthony Edwards, acrobatic layup. That one falls down. It's Minnesota by 4. There's another look. Jaden McDaniels now blocks a shot attempt of Jamal Murray, his third block of the night. And on the other end, there he is again, knocking down the corner three. Minnesota by 8. Later, though, it's guess who? The two-time defending MVP, just slowly, patiently working himself inside, gets the jump hook. Then he gets the rebound and finds Aaron Gordon, who goes up and stuffs that one home. And Minnesota's up 111-109. Naz Reid drives and spins and hits the lefty hook. That's beautiful. Minnesota by 4. But Jamal Murray pulling up and hitting the 3 for the tie here. That's wonderfully done. Then you see the Nuggets going to Murray again, and Denver's up by 2. Then it's Jokic over to Gordon for the stuff and just misses last 5 with a hamstring injury. The Wizards taking on the New York Knicks, and Beal going to work early on, knocking down a jumper here. Then Beal takes the pass from Kyle Kuzma, dribbles, steps back, and hits the jumper. And Washington at this point up 12-3. Kristaps Porzingis working in the post, and watch him turn and drop this shot off the glass, and Washington already up by 11. Monty Morris brings the ball up court, dribbles over to the left wing and drops in a three-pointer. Then it's Kyle Kuzma working on his 3 game as well. And look at the score after this. Washington up 28-13, and yeah, we're still in the first quarter. DeLon Wright sends a long pass out to Denny Avdia, and boy, he connects on a three-pointer. It's 43-28. Washington in front, but here come the Knicks. R.J. Barrett kissing it off the glass. Then Julius Randle. No look diamond up Jalen Brunson on the wing. He knocks down a three-pointer, more the corner there. And at the half, Washington's lead down to 8. Bradley Beal winds up with the ball, and he knocks down the shot from the corner. Washington up by 13, but Jalen Brunson back at it, driving, laying this one in. Then Brunson driving, throws up the shot plus the foul. He had 32 points in the game, his 8th consecutive game with 25 or more points. But Washington still in control. Kyle Kuzma, reverse layup here. They're up by 13. Later, DeLon Wright to a cutting Kuzma for the jam, and Washington gets a comfortable road win. They take it by 11. On the Pelicans down in New Orleans, and we start you off in the first with those Pelicans of New Orleans. Getting it to Trey Murphy for the alley-oop jam. Later in the first, Tyler Hero finds Bam Adebayo for the baseline jumper. Then Hero strips it away for C.J. McCollum, and he finds Jimmy Butler for the transition stuff. Miami up 24-8. Still first quarter. Larry Nance hands it off to C.J. McCollum for 3. He was 5 of 9 from distance in the game. He had 21 points on the night. Max Strus to Gabe Vincent in the corner for 3. That beats the first quarter buzzer, and Miami up by 13. Second quarter action, more from Bam, driving inside for the layup high off the glass, and Miami up by a cool 20. Then it's Butler driving and making the runner plus the foul. He'd hit the free throw as well. Then off a Pelicans miss, Butler grabs the rebound and outlets to Tyler Hero in transition for the layup. Third quarter, more of the same. Butler, fadeaway jumper. This one is money, and Miami up by 21. Hero finds Butler inside for the layup plus the foul. He'd make the free throw. He had 18 points and 7 assists on the game. Miami by 17. Gabe Vincent misses the runner, but there's Bam again for the tip-in. And then Bam driving and hitting the layup in traffic. He finished with 26 points and 8 rebounds, and we're not done with Bam. Here he is inside with a layup as Miami goes on to win this one comfortably. Your final score, taking on Terry Rozier and the Charlotte Hornets in the first. Here goes Rozier with a quick three-point jumper. Then LaMelo Ball up ahead to Mark Williams for the layup plus the foul. This is a strong hanging layup from Williams. He'd make the free throw as well. Charlotte up by 8. Answering for Houston, he's just blindingly talented. Jalen Green, step back jumper from the corner. Then Jalen Green makes the floater. Then it's Green driving in to make the crafty one-handed layup plus the foul. He'd make the free throw. Watch it one more time as he goes up, sort of floats in the air, loses the ball, gets it back, and makes the shot at the half run. Terry Rozier right down the middle on a fast break layup. Then the Hornets on the break again, and Jalen McDaniels finishes with a little shake, fake, and layup as well. Later in the Melo Ball, watch closely here. He goes down. P.J. Washington lands on his right ankle. LaMelo, you see it there, gets carried off the court and would not return. You're going to want to stick with NBA. Jabari Smith, later the number 3 pick in the draft, he goes down too. Hits the floater from close, comes down and tweaks his ankle. He would not return. It's a left ankle injury. Stay with NBA.com for updates on his condition as well. Hornets managing to close this thing out strong. P.J. Washington makes the alley-oop. Then off a Rockets turnover, the Hornets finish the break with an alley-oop to McDaniels. Then Terry Rozier knocks down the 3 in the corner. And in the end, Charlotte hangs on to win this thing. That means that Paul George and Kawhi Leonard sitting this one out. However, for Utah, Larry Markkinen back after missing 2 games from a hip injury, and Markkinen gets to work early, knocking down a 3. Utah up 7-0. And Jordan Clarkson makes a step back 3. That goes down nicely. Then it's Clarkson wiggling his way into the lane for the layup. It's 31-21 Utah in front. Jared Vanderbilt, late in the first quarter, sends it to Markkinen for 3. Then in quarter number 2, Markkinen keeping his foot on the gas, knocks down the deep three here. Later, Markkanen in the lane for the layup and one. He'd make the free throw. Then Markkanen knocks down a three-pointer. He had 24 points at the half, 5 of 6 from distance. Utah up by 12. Gets in the lane for the jam, and it's 71-60 Utah in front. Then Mike Conley sends it to Markkanen, and Markkanen going to do some work on Zubac. Look at him go up and stuff that one home. Just a tremendous jam from Lauri Markkanen. This puts Utah up by 13 points, 75-62. Later, Markkanen knocks down a three-pointer. He finished the game with 34 points and 12 rebounds. Utah up by 16. Later, Walker Kessler, the rookie who has been so special for the Jazz, goes inside and gets the layup there. Then Rudy Gay to Mike Conley for the corner three. Utah up 103-82 at that point. Then Conley to Jordan Clarkson. Jordan Clarkson's going to finish it off in style with the dunk as Utah goes on to win by 23 points. Your final score, 126. Xander and the Oklahoma City Thunder hosting Indiana. We get you started with Lou Dort kicking it out to SGA, who drives and makes the tough and one layup. He'd make the free throw as well. It's 11-1 Thunder in front. Kenrick Williams knocks down a three. It's 17-1 at that point. Later in the first, SGA with a nice pass to a cutting Lou Dort for the jam, and the lead is 26-10. Answering back for the Pacers, Andrew Nembhard hits the nice runner off glass. He had 18 points in the game. That cuts the lead down to 9. O'Shea Brissett out to Miles Turner for three. The lead down to 5 at that point. Lou Dort, though, closing out the quarter strong for the Thunder. Gets the baseline jam. And then Lou Dort, again, this time for three, though. He had 22 points and 11 rebounds in the game. OKC with a nice dish to SGA. And boy, you're going to be hearing that for years with this duo. And the Thunder up by 15. Buddy Hield dishes to Aaron Nesmith for the drive and slam. The lead down to 11, but the Thunder go on a 14-0 run. Jalen Williams hits a layup. Then Jalen Williams hits a three. The lead 87-63 at this point. Aaron Wiggins, tough bucket plus the foul. He'd missed the free throw. SGA, step back three. He had 23, 98-70. Then Isaiah Joe gets the steal, then throws the lob on the break to Aaron Wiggins for the layup, and the Thunder